Head Civil Engineering, to facilitate our chief guest, Dr. Shafi Mir sir. Mohammed Shafi Mir sir, for his contribution and his support. Honor and pride to stand before you as a chairman of the InfraEM 2025, jointly organized by the Department of the Civil Engineering and Department of Metallurgy Engineering. This conference is not just an academic collaboration, it is celebration of the ideas, innovations, and interdisciplinary collaboration. It brings together two streams of the engineering, one that builds the foundation of the world and another defines the strength to create something truly innovative. In the era of climate challenges, material scarcity, and rapid urbanization, conferences like this inspire us to go beyond the traditional boundaries to transform waste into the work, metal into the memory, and the idea into the impact.
So civil engineering and metallurgy and material sciences engineering, they have together with other institutes in order to make it possible to discuss materials. I will like to add something more to that about 30 or 35 years back, when we just started with computing and all, we were not really very sure what's going to happen in another 30 years. There were 2-3 inputs that really changed the world as far as the computing is concerned. The internet came, the materials and all other things. So with the advent of internet, communication technologies and the materials, all that changed. That's what we see today. Even we have the mobile phones that are with touch screens and so much in AI. Maybe this would be my wishful thinking. For example, whatever garbage we get from the kitchens, like the vegetable peels and the fruit peels and all, we try to convert it into biodegradable so that we can just use it along with our plants and all. So my wishful thinking is that if we could put all our plastic somewhere, you as material engineers and researchers of tomorrow think about how to convert this into something useful.
Address the gathering.
It's great to see you here attending this conference in InfraEM. Basically, we are dealing with materials, which is a challenging research area nowadays. If you see the materials what we are using, mostly people are focusing now on waste. And we are making some improvements in the existing materials as well as some new materials are also getting developed. Honestly speaking, if I see around, where I have seen many researchers from IITs, when they complete their research, their PhD, including myself also, I was basically from pure analysis and design from earthquake engineering. Similarly, one of my friends from IIT Indore, he is Dean Faculty Welfare here, Dean Administration. He also, when he returned back to Indore, once I just telephoned him, sir, what are you doing nowadays? What's your research area? He said, I have switched to materials. And the reason, he said, nobody wants to take any other problem except materials. And the materials, when we talk of, they are resilient, they are not exhaustible. And I have seen during my tenure of PhD and this headship also, I am chairman of the research committees, doctoral committees. Most of our students, particularly from transportation and structures, they work on materials only. Professor Shafi Mir Sahab, Dr. Vivek, Dr. Gurjier, and also Dr. Obla, they are all working on materials. They are using rice husk ash, they are using straw, etc., etc. And they are getting very good results, and also rubber also, not to forget about. And the same materials, if I talk of civil engineering structures, we also use almost the same materials to improve the properties of the concrete.
Head of Department of Civil Engineering, Professor Javed Ahmed Bhatt Sahab, the chairpersons of the conference, other organizers, invited guests, delegates, my dear students. It's a very apt, area about which the conference is conceived and organized. The themes, because the purpose, the function of the engineers is to make infrastructure that performs the function in the most efficient way, in the best way, with safety and with minimum cost, with economy. That's the main purpose of engineers. The challenge very unpredictable. In terms of our infrastructure that we build. Firstly, the quality of an infrastructure depends upon the quality of the material that we use, and the material that we use is very, very varied. It's naturally found and then processed a little bit before we use it, provided it is feasible and it has got those minimum basic desirable properties for that particular use. And also we use material that is manufactured in our industries, of course, again from the natural raw materials, but then it is manufactured and it is altered, its properties are altered, and then in the best possible, the effort is that we have that material in the best possible engineering condition, such that it has got those properties which are needed for a particular structure. Nowadays, I was talking about the field conditions. Field conditions are very varied and very unpredictable. We have got very, very high temperatures at certain locations. We have got a very different pattern of loading at, for some purpose for which we are using this material. We have got very different magnitudes of loading. We have got very different, very, very efficient material for all these conditions. So this conference is a very apt conference, and I'm sure that the deliberations and the presentations and the work that will be shared in this conference, that will go a long way in inspiring the students to research and go into these realms of things. And also this will result in in maybe concluding with some conclusions, wherein then others will take suit from. So I congratulate the organizers for